a new deal. This does not mean the players will even agree to this. I believe the WNBA players are going to want to hold the league's feet to fire on this and not sign a deal.
This changes everything. The WNBA's 2026 season might not even happen. Yes, you heard that right. The league that Caitlin Clark helped rebuild could collapse before her next return. And Cathy Engelbert, the commissioner, is in full panic mode. Because if this season disappears, so does her career.
WNBA has offered players a 30-day extension to continue negotiations for a new CBA, sources told ESPN.
But here's the twist. Caitlin Clark doesn't need the WNBA anymore. She's sitting on multi-million-dollar offers from golf, baseball, and global brands. And while players are furious, Cathy just made one desperate move to save it all. But before we go deeper, tell me in the comments, should Caitlin Clark even go back to the WNBA? Or has she already outgrown it? Share this with your friends, because what's about to unfold will leave you speechless.
It stated in some CBA news from the show, we have worked hard to be able to say on Friday, we did it. So unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I'm not hopeful that agreeing to a deal by Friday is going to happen.
It all started when the Players Association dropped a bombshell. The WNBA and the union will not meet Friday's CBA deadline. That's the deal that controls every contract, every paycheck, and every season. Without it, the league can't operate, and now, chaos. Players are furious. They're calling out Cathy Engelbert for delaying negotiations. But here's where it gets wild. Instead of solving the crisis, Cathy offered a 30-day extension, a short-term bandage on a deep wound, and that's when the league started to fracture.
This league died. I'm telling you what I know. This is business. They cannot lose the momentum right now. They got the little. They got 1 million views on the damn finals, and Caitlin wasn't even playing, bro. Like, what's the odds of something like that? Like, if they go on strike or anything, this league it's going to be hard to make up this ground, bro.
Inside the WNBA offices, sources say Cathy was visibly panicking. She called an emergency meeting, apologizing to players behind closed doors. Her words leaked almost instantly. We're doing everything we can to save the season. But the truth? She's not saving the season. She's buying time, because players are done waiting. They've seen what Caitlin Clark brings: packed arenas, massive ratings, and global sponsors. And now, they want their fair share. But Cathy's nightmare goes deeper. If this deal collapses, players have options. Caitlin Clark is proof of that. She's been offered more than $100 million from pro golf after her RSM Classic Performance Baseball.
Nafisa Collier name-dropping Caitlin Clark at every turn and every second she can, all while refusing to sit down and have a meeting with Cathy Engelbert and do negotiations. Like, she literally skipped out on a meeting to go sit down with Kamala Harris and continue to bash the lady in the media, which I'm not a Cathy Engelbert fan. I think she's a bonehead. I think she needs to be fired.
Teams want her for appearances. Endorsements are lining up faster than league meetings. And if Caitlin decides not to come back, it's not her loss. It's the WNBA's. Think about this. The WNBA finally had a superstar who made history. Ticket sales, TV ratings, merchandise, all skyrocketed. And now, the same league that benefited from her glow might lose her completely. Fans are already asking, why would Caitlin return to a league that keeps falling apart? It's a fair question, because right now, she's bigger than the league itself, behind the scenes.
If the players don't sign an extension, the strike is on. Point blank, period. No other way to put it. WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert acknowledged during the WNBA Finals that while she was hopeful both sides would meet the October 31 deadline, we have extended deadlines in the past. The source said the players might be willing to consider an extension under the right circumstances, but they don't feel those circumstances exist.
Aja Wilson and Angel Reese are also frustrated. They've been vocal. They want better pay, better treatment, and long-term stability. But Cathy? She's cornered. She can't risk admitting failure, so she offers this weak 30-day extension to kick the can down the road. But every player sees through it. They know it's desperation. And now, the power dynamic has flipped. The players hold all the cards. Meanwhile, The sponsors are quietly panicking too. ESPN's broadcasting deal depends on a stable season. If the 2026 season doesn't happen, that contract could vanish overnight.
By Friday. We have worked hard to be able to say on Friday, we did it. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, Drake said in the podcast episode, which aired Tuesday. In a dance, it takes two to tango, and it has been difficult to find a beat, to find a rhythm, and to find the same sense of urgency from the league. Let's just to be frank to get this done. It does take two to tango. You guys are demanding and you're not willing to negotiate with your dance partner. You're not willing to dance with your
Nike, Gatorade, and major advertisers could walk away. And the ripple effect. It wouldn't just hit the league, it would hit every player's wallet. The irony? Caitlin Clark would still thrive. She's not trapped by this league anymore. Her name alone sells out events. She's global now. Cathy, Engelbert knows this, and that's why she's terrified. Because the league no longer controls the narrative. Caitlin does. For the first time in history, one player holds more leverage than the commissioner herself. If Caitlin leaves, so do the fans, so do the brands, so does the spotlight, and Cathy knows if that happens, the WNBA's foundation will crumble. But here's the twist. Some insiders claim this entire crisis was planned, that Cathy always intended to extend the talks past the deadline. Why? Because she believed players would panic before she did, but it backfired. Players stood strong. They said no more extensions. They want a real deal. And that rejection? It sent shockwaves through the entire league office. Now, Cathy's out of options. If she pushes too hard, players walk. If she gives in, sponsors might lose trust, and the clock is ticking. The 2026 season isn't just a date anymore. It's a countdown to survival, and at the center of it all, Caitlin Clark, calm, confident, untouchable. She's watching the chaos from the outside.
What the solution is. Now, in true WNBA fashion, they decided to clap back on their Instagram account to Adam Silver's remarks, and they posted this. They said, "Don't want to share at Adam Silver." So they literally tagged Adam Silver, used a screenshot from this interview, and posted this in their Instagram story. You guys, I do not know what they think doing that will.
Knowing every move they make depends on her decision. So here we are. A league on the brink. A commissioner in panic, and a superstar, holding all the power. If Caitlin Clark walks away, the WNBA doesn't just lose a player, it loses its future. What do you think? Should Caitlin return to save the league, or let it collapse and move on to something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're still watching, you're a real one. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, because this story isn't over yet.